Prime Minister Narendra Modi arrived in Buenos Aires on July 6th, making the first standalone bilateral visit by an Indian Prime Minister to Argentina in 57 years. He received a warm welcome at the airport. Modi paid tribute to the San Martin Memorial and also honored Mahatma Gandhi and Rabindranath Tagore during his visit. President Javier Milei welcomed him with a hug before the two leaders held delegation-level talks. They reviewed ties and discussed expanding cooperation in defense, energy, agriculture, pharmaceuticals, and trade. Modi highlighted Argentina's role in critical mineral supply, especially lithium. Indian PSUs have already signed lithium concession deals in Argentina.
Critical minerals, let me change the order a little bit. Argentina is a part of the lithium triangle. It is of great interest to us. We had two Indian public sector companies, Coal India Limited and also a consortium called Kabil, which is specifically tasked with picking up critical minerals assets outside India. They have signed 5 concession agreements and they are working on how to finalize investments and how to work out the implementation of the investments in such a way that minerals can be produced here, refined and taken to India for various purposes.
He also proposed expanding the India Merkosur trade agreement and called for closer economic ties.
The Prime Minister requested Argentina's support in expanding the India Merkosur preferential trade agreement, noting that such an expansion can bring mutual benefits for both sides and open up new opportunities. Both leaders also expressed interest in enhancing collaboration in the defense sector, where they felt that they can leverage their respective experiences and capabilities to increase cooperation and contribute to mutual strategic interests. Both leaders also acknowledged the importance of the agriculture sector and its significant contribution to the economies on both sides. They discussed the need to enhance market access for each other's agricultural and dairy products. They also emphasized the importance of sharing knowledge and technology to boost productivity and sustainability in this sector. To take this forward, they directed their teams to convene the Joint Working Group on Agriculture at the earliest opportunity.
President Milei expressed strong interest in India's UPI digital payment system. A central bank team from Argentina will soon visit India to study it.
The other major topic of discussion during lunch was about India's UPI, Unified Payment Interface System, and how it has increased productivity in India, how it has led to very impressive formalization in the Indian economy, how it generates more data which can be used by the government and by economists to try and target various benefits to sections of the population more efficiently, how it generates a credit record that can be relied on for microcredit for farmers and small businesses, how the formalization of the economy has increased tax compliance, and so on. President Milei was keen to understand how the UPI system works and how it helps the central bank control monetary policy in a more effective way. And therefore, the two sides agreed that they should have a visit by a central bank delegation to visit India and to talk about various aspects of this.
Modi also invited Argentina to join India's Big Cat Alliance and shared how drones are being used in India for farming, conservation, and emergency healthcare, especially through the initiative like Drone Didi.
The two leaders discussed cooperation under an initiative that India drives called the International Big Cat Alliance, which protects and promotes cooperation between the member states of the IBCA in protecting some 6 identified big cats, lions, tigers, and jaguars, and so on, 6 of them. The Prime Minister welcomed Argentina to join the International Big Cat Alliance and to work with us on sharing experiences and capacity building in terms of conservation of the big cats. Prime Minister also had a chance to brief President Milei on India's Drone Didi initiative and how it is being used to significantly improve productivity in agriculture by involving rural women in the use of drones to administer fertilizers, pesticides, etc., and also for land surveys to determine land boundaries, etc. The Prime Minister also mentioned how drones had been used in India for emergency transport of medicines to remote areas during COVID, medicines and vaccines, of course, and also now how companies use drones to transport vegetables and fish, etc., to remote areas. The Prime Minister briefed the President on how the Indian satellite system NAVIC is used for helping fishermen to identify schools of fish so that they can target their fishing in a much more efficient manner. The Prime Minister also spoke about how he uses drones to monitor progress in projects that are of special interest to him as part of his monthly project reviews.
On healthcare, Modi requested smoother access for Indian medicines under Argentina's fast-track approval system.
Prime Minister highlighted India's strength in the healthcare and pharmaceutical sectors, particularly the capacity to produce high-quality, affordable medicines. He discussed the possibility of India being moved from Annex 2 to Annex 1 of Argentina's pharmaceutical regulatory framework, which would facilitate smoother entry of Indian pharmaceutical products into the Argentine market. The Argentine side updated the Indian delegation on the fast-track approval process available for import of Indian medicines into India, especially those medicines that had US FDA clearance or the EMA, European Medical Authority clearance. The Indian side mentioned that this would significantly benefit the people of Argentina by improving access to affordable and life-saving medicines and reduce the cost of healthcare in Argentina.
The two sides also agreed to deepen cooperation in space. Argentina's first satellite was launched by ISRO in 2007, and both countries aim to build up on that partnership.
The conversation also significantly dealt with the use of drones and multiple purposes for which they can be put into. The President showed a lot of interest in the uses that drones are being put to in India. There was discussion about using it to tackle IUU fishing, illegal, unregulated and unreported fishing, especially encroaching fishermen into exclusive economic zones of Argentina. There was also talk about using drones for cattle management, increasing agricultural productivity, for border surveillance, and the Argentinian side also talked about how drones could help in the surveillance of high-tension power transmission lines using drones instead of the traditional reliance on helicopters, which is much more expensive.
Before leaving for Brazil to attend the BRICS summit, Modi thanked President Milei and the people of Argentina, calling the visit productive and promising for the future.